Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling, and shall we see what's going on our lovely little island of Fawnhollow today? I don't know what happened to the music there, but I guess the soundtrack stopped or something. I didn't, which is strange because I had the game paused, but whatever. Normally I like kind of little, tune to back up my introduction. No, wait, hold on, that's EastEnders. How does the Animal Crossing theme go again? You would have thought I'd know after how many times I listened to it, but apparently anything I got in my head is EastEnders or Coronation Street. I don't even know the difference between them, I'll be perfectly honest. They're both two British soaps and I've never seen them. So, hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 3:43pm on Saturday, July 31st, 2021. There really isn't news to share today, so hellos. Come to think of it, with July ending, we're starting our journey through the height of summer. What is everyone out there doing for fun this summer? If you plan on taking any trips, I hope you remain open to all the fun possibilities out there and abide by whatever regulations are in place. And when you're done, I want you to come back home safe and sound to Fawnhollow. Well then, Isabel, signing off. Thank you, Isabel. No, we don't have really much summer trips to be doing right now, but the pandemic situation I think is kind of getting better, depending on the country you're in, at least. Of course, I've had my my second jab a couple of days, yesterday, day before, I can't remember, but either way, that's all fine with me. Have we done this? Dear to the bone, you're making sure to take some time to catch up. You're making sure to take some time off to catch your breath. I talk a lot about pushing yourself, but do that too much and you'll burn out. So lie down, put on some tunes, and let the stress melt away. Looking out for your mirror. Apparently we have far too many things in our mailbox right now, so we're going to actually start getting rid of some of them. We'll probably just get rid of the ones not from villagers who are still here, unfortunately. What am I doing here? Why are some of these Lily ones favorited and some aren't? I suppose if it's the first time we've seen it, then oh yeah, but I need to clear them out. Okay, well we'll just get rid of ones from people who are gone, I guess, which don't exist. I guess we can get rid of Mira's ones because Mira will eventually move out, probably. Let's keep the first ones that she sent to us. We want at least one token. I wish when they've moved out they still gave you that that letter when they leave and they're just like they got their farewell and everything in that. At least I remember they had it in Wild World. I don't remember if the other versions did. I don't remember if New Leaf had it or if Let's Goes to the City had it either, but it was a very nice sort of like a farewell message from them. I suppose it's because they sort of used to leave randomly rather than being something determined entirely by yourself, that they would just randomly move out if you didn't know, and then you just wake up one day and be like, oh no, Biscuit's gone, and I was like, no. But Lily's still there. I don't know if she's still there to this day. Even if you didn't play every single day, they just move out randomly. Which I guess gave it a much more organic feeling, rather than being like, oh, I'm in total control of everything, which is kind of weird to think about, this sort of totalitarian playing God sort of thing we got going on this Animal Crossing. I've got control over everything. Your fate is completely determined by me. Which, I don't know, that sort of seems like something an evil villain would say, and I don't want to be an evil villain in Animal Crossing, but a lot of people, they want to have the village that they so desire and have specific villages that they want, and, I suppose me too, but I suppose a little bit of a charm has gone with them constantly leaving and going, with that sort of sense of them having their own lives around as well. Now instead, we've got hollow husks walking around our own island. So a bit of a negative thing stuff. Animal Crossing thing. It's just because what game is it? Some other Nintendo game. Oh, a Pokemon Snap is getting its first content update, and it's just like, what? Most people were just like, I didn't even know Pokemon Snap was getting content updates, and me reading it was like, wow, that's awesome for Pokemon Snap. But also part of me was just like, please, but what about Animal Crossing updates? I'm dying over here. I'm starving. So I completely forgot what missions we got going on. Talk to people, talk to people, talk to people, talk to people. Craft things, hit rocks. Okay, and fish. Can do. Yeah, what I've been up to today. I played some games to start off with. I kind of woke up a bit late today, but that's about it. I played some Celeste. I've done some recording. I took a little bit of a hiatus throughout July, mainly because our art fight was going on. I wanted to do that, and I wanted to just take a break from recording, so I recorded a month-long backlog throughout June, and then July I basically recorded nothing for the entire time, and now it's the end of July. The backlog's basically nearly all been caught up, not entirely. There's one more episode of each series still left in the can, The can's not really the right word. So I recorded some Celeste today. I recorded some Little Nightmares, like one episode of Little Nightmares like a week or something ago, and then I just realised that I really wasn't in the mood to record that day, so I record like other games that day, so I just did one episode. But today I recorded some Celeste, and you know what? I was like, I've been wanting to do it for a while, you know. I felt the, not withdrawal symptoms is a bit strong, but sort of like, oh, I hadn't done this for ages, you know. I forgot how fun it was to record. That's not to say that recording Animal Crossing isn't fun. It's just, it's different, isn't it? It's more like, it doesn't really feel like recording in the same way that recording the other games do. It feels more just like, oh, I just want to talk randomly to avoid him, and Animal Crossing's here in the background compared to Celeste, where it's like the focus is on me playing Celeste and I'm randomly talking in the background, I suppose. Hold on, I just got a Discord message. There's some... Nice. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just reply to his Discord message. This is what Animal Crossing is now. Sure. Let me... There we go. Just replying to a friend of a friend, kind of. Well, I mean, no, I mean this person is my friend, but they're passing on messages from one of their friends, specifically to me, and I am answering. But yeah, no, that's not very interesting to you. What was I going to say? Apparently, I was too slow on that. I didn't realise. Didn't realise it was such a intense thing that you couldn't wait for 1 second longer. I don't know. What do I want to talk about? So what I was potentially going to talk about today was like the mixed medley in the Olympics, and I only have good things to say about it before you think it's something like horrible, like, oh, why does it exist? No, it was really cool. I thought to watch. I watched the mixed medley. Sorry if you're going to watch that Celeste episode, and you'll be like, oh, it's the same thing twice. I watched the mixed medley event in the Olympics, the swimming one, which Great Britain won, and I was like, this is super cool. Like, it was super intense to watch. Like, I mean, it's normally quite intense because everyone's like sort of like neck and neck and everything, but this one was just like, oh, I don't even know what's going on. Like, some people are like 5 meters behind, but they're not completely out of it, obviously, because it depends on the rotation of like the order that they have of men and women swimming, and it was really fun to watch. Is basically what I want to say. But I really talked about that. If you want to know about that, I guess, and then watch Celeste episode 49, is it, or 50? I don't remember which one. Is the one I was talking about. It was that seahorse just bopping, you see? It was like bopping its head forward. Yeah, so let's talk about something else. What should we talk about? I don't know. I don't really have anything on mind. I don't... Has there been big news? I mean, there's probably been big news recently, but I can't really think about it. What about news in the gaming sphere? This is where we open up our r/games subreddit and see if anything's been going on. What's going on? Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I was actually reading this. There's a D&D thread, which I don't know why I'm even reading this D&D stuff, because I'm not even playing D&D at the moment, but I do want to in the future. Ugh. Unsurprisingly, there's a lot of stuff about Blizzard and stuff on here, which is, you know, I've said before, abhorrent and despicable when it even happens, but I don't really think this is a place to discuss that sort of thing. It's not really my story to tell, it's more like their story to tell, but just extraordinarily disappointing and gross. But let's look at perhaps some more positive things. Let's see. Where? Oh, Death's Door, yeah. If you don't know, Death's Door is like this, I think it's a roguelite or roguelike, one dungeon crawler sort of thing, where you play as a little crow with a sword and you swing that around. I saw it back in... who's it developed by? It's developed by... It's an independent team, but it's published under Devolver, I think? I'm not sure if that's right. I might be completely wrong. You know what? Instead of just spewing out false information, let's see. Death's Door. Yeah, published by Devolver. It looks like... Hold on, wait. Does not have a Wikipedia article. That's normally why they list it. What? This is an Avengers episode. Death's Door video game. Deathloop? Death's... Oh, it's not a Death's Door video game. Okay, sure. Guess we'll just go on Steam, okay. Developer, Acid Nerve. Publisher, Devolver Digital. What Acid Nerve made? Death's Door, Titan Souls. Oh, I've heard about Titan Souls. I don't really record it, but so I guess this is the next one in the installment, and I've heard good things about it, I think. It seemed pretty cool. A little bird on a big adventure, you know. I've got a certain fondness for things which are tiny animals go on big adventure. You know, it feels like almost a trope at this. I'm not sure if it's an actual trope or anything, but it feels like a trope in my mind of like having a little mouse going on a big adventure, you know, like a heroic adventuring mouse. You can imagine now they've got like a red bandana, a tiny sword, and a little helmet on top of their head. I don't even think that's a trope because I can't think of a single game where it's like a tiny mouse adventurer character exists, but it feels like a trope in my mind, you know? Doesn't it just feel like something? It feels electrifying. That's not a song. Cicada shout. Oh, got another Discord message. That one will require more thought, so I had to reply to that afterwards. As for now, we are going to do a bit of fishing, as is the case of Animal Crossing. I don't know, I feel like, why are birds such common characters in not Animal Crossing, in video games? That's why like there's tons of birds as animal characters. You know, you got Death Store, you got Skater Bird, that bird game which is coming out. You got Kiwi, that's another one which is coming out. You've got, you know, that's kind of it. Now I think about it. Why so many upcoming games? I guess. Oh, you got Untitled Goose Game. There's another bird protagonist, or I suppose antagonist, if anything, in that game. Oh, is that a cicada shell? That's a cicada shell. How wonderful. So we can actually get that Nook Mile mission done. Imagine that. I don't know. What is it about birds? I guess birds have a nice movement system compared to other creatures, which make it a bit more, not tenable, but like nice for people to animate, that sort of thing. You know, that's quite a lot of the reason why I like animals as like characters and that sort of thing, because of how expressive they can be. Not saying that humans can't be expressive, but you know, animals can have the same, like, if anthropomorphized, I suppose, can have the same sort of expressions that humans do. But also you've got a lot of like animal characteristics which you can use to tie into your expressions as well. You know, you got like ear movements, you got tails and that sort of thing. The mouths could be different shapes and that sort of thing. And I just feel like it's a huge amount of creativity at play, which can lead to a lot of different things. But I don't know why birds are so common. What's your favourite bird? I don't know what my favourite bird is. Bird of paradise. That's not true. I have no idea. I have no idea what my favourite bird is. I've never really considered it, to be honest. I don't even think I know that many birds. You might say, how do you not know that many birds? Didn't you read that book ages ago about 1,001... No, wait, 1,001 facts about animals? And I'd be like, how the heck did you remember that really random anecdote I talked about ages ago? But yes, I did read a book called 1,001 Facts About Animals, and it was something I did... Whoa. Did you hear that? There's just thunder going on in the background there. Yeah, 1,001 Facts About Animals. I read that as my required reading, I suppose, back in year 4. I don't really remember. Year 5, maybe? One of those years. What do I remember from that book, you might ask? Oh, I remember that a baby swan is called a cygnet, a male swan is called a cob, and a female swan is called a pen. Anything else? No, but you would not believe how useful that knowing that a baby swan is called a cygnet has been in my trivia sort of lifestyle, which I don't have. But the amount of times that it's like, what's the name of a baby swan? And I can be like, cygnet. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Hold on. How do you pronounce it? Google, please do illuminate for me. Define cygnet. I don't know why it's even called this.
Cygnet.
Cygnet. You know, I have no idea why it's called that, and it's just sort of like a random trivia fact, which now you know. Another one, really common one as well. What's a baby pigeon called? A squab. Why do I know that? Well, hop back to that. Oh, what's it called? What's that game called? Scattergrees, that's it. An episode I did about Scattergrees. Maybe that was the Celeste episode. I actually can't remember. Scattergrees, and I know that because one of my friends tried to... No, one of the categories was like baby animals or something, and one of the letters was S, and I can't remember what we came up with. I don't think we came up with squab. I don't think anyone came up with anything. We were just like, is there even a baby animal which starts with S? And apparently a baby pigeon is called a squab, and for some reason that has stayed in my mind. It's weird these random facts which stay in your mind, or which ones don't. So I guess that 1,001 facts about animal book was kind of wasted on me, because a lot of them did not remain in my brain. Paw print door plate. I'm pretty sure we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's get 2 more seashells and then we'll go sell on Ventry. No, we'll go to Blathers and then sell on Ventry. Excuse me, I would like 1 more seashell. That's fine, we can get it on our loot round. But yeah, what was I talking about? I don't know. Birds, I guess. Are we really just going to talk about birds? Imagine how cool that would be if you can catch birds, I suppose, and have them in your museum. In Animal Crossing, you can have like, what's the bird reserve called? It's probably like something like ornithology. I mean, it's probably got the same basis. I mean, like ornithology, but there's a word for it. For a place where they keep birds. my mind keeps going like planetarium, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It's got nothing to do with birds. Hold on. Place where they keep birds. Aviary. Aviary. Yes, aviary. I suddenly thought of it as I was typing it. There we go. You can have like an aviary division of this museum. And you might say, hey, isn't that a little bit strange, you know? You've got bird villagers, like Blathers here, being an owl himself, and you've got actual birds in the game. Well, I'll have you know that there already are, like, animal birds, not human birds, anthro birds in this game. Because, you know what you see on top of a little, the notice board? Every single time a new bulletin has been posted? That's right, you see like a yellow cardinal or something. Or if it's nighttime, you see like a snowy owl. I don't know really my birds well enough to tell you which one's which, but still. You got that on there. Birds already exist in this game. Why not just have birds flying around? I guess maybe capturing them is a bit strange, because it feels... Something about it feels... Oh, we didn't move Apollo's house yesterday. Something about it feels very different from capturing fish and bugs for some reason. And if anything, yeah, we catch frogs already and octopuses in this game. But you have octopus and frog villagers. Oh yeah, I started this episode a bit later compared to usual. Oh well. Yeah, I don't really know much about birds. The more I think about it. All I know is about if you keep a bird as a pet, it's, they're very loud, very screechy, as I've been told. But to be fair, my only knowledge from it is about like one Tumblr post where it's like dog owners, you know, I love my dogs that are so enthusiastic and friendly all the time, and cat owners are just like, they're much more stoic and sometimes can be a little bit of a demon, a little bit of a devil, but I still love them all the same. And when birds are just like, I love my screeching goblin child or something like that. Like, I don't know many people who even have a bird as a pet, to be honest. I think they can be very intelligent creatures, can't they? Especially like parrots and parakeets, aren't they? I feel like if I get a bird as a pet, I would just like to teach them like phrases and things to say. Well, not even phrases, you know what? I'd like to teach them like melodies that they can sing. That sort of thing. I'll be like, oh, come on, bird, play some Hello by Adele. And then the bird would just go, hello, it's me. Except for it would sound like Adele instead of my terrible singing voice. And it would just be like, wow, amazing. Or I could just like teach it little tunes. And you know, like the Pokemon evolution music, and it would just go like dun 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 dun. And you know, Nintendo can't even DMCA me. Why? Because it's a bird. What are they gonna do? They're gonna DMCA a bird? I mean, maybe. You know, that's an interesting thought. What if, like, you were streaming or whatever, and your bird just started like singing video game music or like copyrightable music? There's something like in the clause that if you give your own performance of a song or something, right, that's not copyrightable, right? Something like that. I don't remember. I'm not a lawyer. Don't quote me on any of this. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Do we have a deep sea creature mission? Oh, no, another fishing mission? Excuse me? Another fishing mission. That sounds like a rap lyric, except for I'm not good at rapper. I'm not a good rapper, so I don't really know what I'm doing. Let's try and find some fish to fish. I know, I'm trying to think about birds, you know. What birds do I know? Of course, cardinals, parrots, parakeets. You've got tits, finches, ducks, geese, swan. You know, probably swan might be one of my favourite birds. Very elegant. I do like my elegance. And birds. Birds of paradise. Eagles, falcons, hawks. macaws, which I think are just parrots, now I think about it, but still. Kingfisher, puffin, penguin. Actually, turns out I do know a lot more birds than I thought. Because whenever people say birds, pigeon, people think of like pigeons and seagulls and that sort of thing. You don't really think about, I mean, maybe you do think about it, but in my brain, I don't really think about like penguins and, like ostriches and emus and that sort of thing. They almost feel like they should be a different category rather than being lumped in with birds, because, like a kingfisher, pretty different from an ostrich. But yet, they're all part of that avian family. I don't even know if that's quite family. And I don't know how the kingdom, order, phylum, whatever stuff, species happens in biology. Okay, we didn't do taxonomical ranks and divisions. That's an A-level thing. I didn't take it for A-level, so I don't know. But isn't that kind of weird? Like, obviously, I know it's not actually weird. It's just like there's properties of birds, and they lay eggs. They have wings and a beak. Maybe. I don't really know what defines a bird to be a bird. Yeah, this is a good question. How does Google define a bird? Define bird. A warm-blooded, egg-laying invertebrate animal distinguished by the possession of feathers, wings, a beak, and typically being able to fly. Fair enough. That's a pretty good definition, I think, and I think that encompasses most birds. There's probably birds which don't encompass that, like penguins. Do penguins have scales? Hold on, I'm going to explain my context behind that. Penguin scales. Do penguins have scales? Short, scale-like feathers. Inbuilt scales. In case of penguins, reptilian scales in the embryo. Because I remember... What on earth? How did I walk onto this? I guess that was Joy-Con Drift. I remember I did this activity book ages ago. I think it was like a verbal reasoning book or something like that. And one of the things was matching animals up to drawing lines between an animal and either fur, scales, or feathers and that sort of thing. And I remember I did penguin to feathers. And then I remember I looked at the answer scheme and it was except penguins. No, penguins had to be matched up to all three of them. And for some reason, in my mind, that is stuck in my memory, because I was like, penguins have scales? Penguins, I guess baby penguins do have fur. Maybe? Now think about it, isn't it just down feathers? Down feathers aren't really fur, are they? And that's stuck in my memory ever since. And, that's why I Googled it. I've never Googled it, really. Penguins don't even have scales. Why did it, I guess the book wanted to accept it? It wasn't like, this is a correct answer. This is just be like, if they put this as the answer, you can accept it as correct. Because sometimes they bend the rules a little bit. And these sort of verbal reasoning books being like, what's close enough, that sort of thing. Penguins don't have scales, maybe. I don't know. Again, not a zoologist. Or aviologist? That's not right. Or not an ornithologist. There we go. Wait, how do we have both the words aviary and ornithology? That doesn't seem right. That seems like two different roots. Maybe one's Greek, one's Roman or something, I don't know. Okay, customize. Oh, we need to move Apollo's home. Okay, we'll build the stuff, customize them, and then we'll move Apollo's house to where it should be. Because I forgot to do that yesterday, despite the fact I said that was the only thing we actually had to do yesterday. Get out of it, buttered churn. I don't want you anyway. Birds are just strange creatures, aren't they? I'm trying to think about what bird facts I know. The only thing I know about is the cuckoo. Which instead of, for some reason, laying its own nest and raising its own children, it just lays its eggs and... It's horrible, I'm sorry to say, but it pushes out other birds' eggs and lays their own cuckoo eggs inside the nest. And then cuckoo baby birds are very, big and competitive compared to the other ones or something. So the mother, when they're raising their baby birds, might not realise their cuckoo baby is not their own. And the cuckoo baby demands so much more attention and food compared to the others or something, which can lead to a lot of the other baby birds starving or something. I feel like I read this somewhere, and I'm not sure if that's exactly how it goes verbatim, so don't quote me on it, and don't parrot it as don't parrot it as if it's actual information. It's just what I feel like I remember reading once. Cuckoos, man. Aggressive birds. Just outcompete every other bird, just like that. They don't even want to make their own nest. Can you imagine? That was a horrific situation to be in, I suppose, if you're a bird. Luckily, I guess I'm not a bird, so it's not really something I had to consider all that often. The only reason I remember that so vividly is because we had like this one quiz time we were doing back in primary school. And how it works, we were divided it all up into teams, but then the teacher asked one person in the team one question, and then you get 3 points if you answer it correctly. You get 2 points if the person has to ask their team for the answer, and you'll get 1 point if no one in the team can answer, and then it moves on to the next team to answer the question. And that quiz stuck in my mind because I remember I called the English channel the British channel, and I got a question wrong, and I was like, ah! The embarrassment. That failure obviously burned apparently very brightly onto my brain. But also, one of the ones, the question was like, what bird is known for not making its own nest, but taking over, but like, instead of laying eggs in its own nest, it knocks out other birds' eggs in their nests and then replaces it with their own. And the girl didn't know, but as soon as she sat down, I just like leaned over and went, cuckoo! I don't know why I did it so aggressively. She even got a little bit startled. She was like, oh, and then she just like immediately stood up again and went, cuckoo, I guess. I don't know why that remains my brain, but for some reason it's living rent-free. Rent-free? What? Rent-free. In my brain, it refuses to go away. So, yeah, I know. And there's your cuckoo fact for today, or cuckoo, or whatever you want to call it. It's, I don't know. Who knows? It's wild. Hello, Apollo. We're going to move your house, despite the fact you've been here for about 2 days. So yeah, I don't know, there you go, maybe? Possibly? I don't really know. What to say about that? Yes, I did call the English channel the British channel. It's like, come on, it's like the same thing. Who cares? It is the English channel, is it? It's not the British channel. I haven't remembered it wrong this entire time, have I? Do you think a British channel is a thing? It just comes up with the English channel. I was humiliated when I got it wrong. I was like, I can't believe I got this wrong. And it would never leave my mind again. Let me imagine it. Do I want it here or do I want it over one? I think I want it over one. Let's see what this looks like. It feels a bit more central. I think this is how it was before, right? Yeah, we'll do it okay there. And maybe we'll put another windmill on the left side there. There's not many, like, airplane or, like, air-themed items that we can put down. Oh, it'd be so cool if we could put an airplane down, like a biplane. Like a model or something. But alas, we can't. What do we have? We have a nibblefish. Is that a river fish? I think that's a river fish. There we go. Another fish model to spice up this place. Apollo moving in over there. I guess we'll just sort of sell these items then all round this episode here. You know? I don't really have much to talk about. Birds and that sort of thing. I don't really know. I guess I like swans the most. Hold on a minute. This sort of thing where you look up. Well, firstly, what a bird of paradise. I know it's a flower as well as a bird. But I don't know actually what the bird looks like. Bird of paradise. Animal. Not the Stretlitzer. There's like 5 different types of birds of paradise. But not as cool as I thought. Birds. Let's just search birds. Birds, 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 birds. Sell all this nonsense. Don't sell that. So we got things of those already, I think. We might not have a sweet fish, so let's keep the sweet fish. I don't know. Apparently that bird which does that fan dance, which has many memes about it, you've probably seen it. It's got like a blue stripe. It's a black bird with like a blue stripe on it, and does the funny dance. You've probably seen it about. Apparently that's a bird of paradise. A new bird of paradise species confirmed. This one's got a moustache. Flamingos. I didn't say flamingos. That's quite an obvious one. Did I say owls? I might not have even said owls. Is it kingfisher? I don't even know what that is. A grouse. There's another bird for you there. Albatross. A kite. Alright, I'm going to stop now. I don't know anything about birds. That's basically all I've learned from this. But that's okay. It's not really my area of expertise in the first place. So, if you wanted to answer, what's my favourite bird? I don't know, maybe a swan. But anyway, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares are greatly appreciated. Join me Dear Darling Discord and follow me on Twitter down below. Hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.